If there is one manga panel that hunted me for years, it is this panel from One Piece. There's just something in this scene that is both so peaceful, yet sad. A man standing on the top of his game, the strongest man on the land with only a few who would dare challenge. What had happened to this man that pushed him to the brink of despair to make him seek for death? In this video I will try my best to convince you that Kaido was an overpowered protagonist that was isekai to One Piece world. But what is an overpowered isekai protagonist? In simple words, they are characters with strong abilities that were reincarnated from another world. They are the chosen one, they are the hero destined to save the world. First, I don't think I need proof to show that he was OP. He owns the title of the world's strongest creature, for God's sake. Him by himself can flatten an entire country. He scooped a mountain like an ice cream. He divided tectonic plate, then carry an entire island like he is just doing some home redecoration project. However, we don't have any evidence of Kaido's rebirth/reincarnation, but we can see how unusual Kaido's outlook about death. He sees death as the conclusion of life. This is the reason he envied Gold D. Roger and Whitebeard, as they were able to die grand heroic deaths. So why does he keep trying to kill himself, contradicting his goal to die a heroic death? It's because he already experienced death and was reincarnated back. Or maybe he was just really drunk. Because of the lack of proofs, we can only speculate using other similar story Kaido's character might have taken inspiration with. Like Pokemon. Maybe he was a magic carp Pokemon that was isekai to One Piece. This explained his devil fruit power and his obsession of becoming the strongest, the very best, like no one ever was.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Which makes it quite funny because the typical OP Isekai protagonist follows the chosen one trope, while typically, Pokemons are chosen. And Oda is highly aware of this. Why would he make Dragon devil fruits that turns the user into dinosaurs, yet when a fruit that transforms the user into an actual dragon he called it fish fruit? What is the use of a fish fruit when the user of devil fruits can't swim? He chose a Pokemon as a character designed to discuss chosen one tropes. If someone is brave enough to pull off something crazy like this, it will be Oda. Huh! Am I the only one having fun seeing these small connections? But it makes sense, right? He was a Pokemon, he was chosen, and he was isekai. Okay, I'll stop. But you know who's the One Piece character that was definitely got isekai? Zoro. He probably had gotten lost in the Marvel and DC universe by accident. But kidding aside, if you put Kaido on any other isekai universe, he will be the protagonist. He has all necessary characteristic of a chosen one. He rebels against oppression, he seeks for equality among people, albeit in his own twisted way, and he is the strongest. That reason alone would be the main plot of an isekai webtoon/manga. Hell, Kaido and King even have the same exact plot as Luffy and Zoro. Yet, in spite of having this characteristic, in spite of him becoming the very best that no one ever was, Kaido was still not able to become the hero. Kaido failed becoming the protagonist that he thought he was meant to be. This was the main reason he is constantly depressed. He failed achieving his ideal self that he thought he was destined to be. The day he fought at the God Valley against Gold D. Roger was the first time he faced a real setback. That was the only time he lose. He came to a realization that there are greater people than he is, and they must be the chosen one destined for greatness. Not him. If they can't save the world, how can he? So he made the most logical thing. He gave up. He embraced his destiny and accepted he was not Joy Boy. Actually, sorry, my mistake. He did not accept and totally reject it. If he can't be the protagonist, the hero to save the day, then he will be the Demon King. If he can't be the hero, Joy Boy, no one can be. If this world won't let him be the hero, he might as well burn it to the ground. Don't you think that the chosen one character trope is unfair? Are we just supposed to accept that we are just side characters to someone else's story? If everything in this world is already written in stone, might as well just give up, cause no matter how much effort you put in, there will still be a same outcome. Kaido might not be reincarnated from another world, but I'm pretty sure he really wants to be the chosen hero on another life. But aren't we all? I would give everything just to have a chance to start again. I am the main character of my life story, so would you blame me if I feel that I am destined for something greater? The reason I don't like Kaido as a character is because he feels like an empty character when compared to previous One Piece villains. We had so much expectation about Kaido. We hyped the character so much that when they revealed his backstory, we were so disappointed. His backstory didn't even take up a whole chapter. He has so much potential, he could have changed the world. But when he experienced failure, he gave up on his dreams. The reason why Kaido is my favorite One Piece villain is because he was the most relatable villain. His story is the story of the dreams I have given up. His life is the disappointments I want to drown with wine. His sorrows are the same sorrows I'm feeling now. Kaido is me. If Kaido is the story of giving up, Luffy is the story of fighting back. Yes, Luffy is the main protagonist of the story, but we only know that for a fact because we are aware that we are reading/watching a story. However, from the in-universe perspective of the One Piece world, he is just another side character, a wannabe king of the pirates. Only those who personally knows Luffy are the one who knows who he really is. He is a captain, he is a friend, and most importantly, he is the man you can bet on. You can bet on Luffy not because he is always guaranteed to win. No, you bet on Luffy because he never gives up until he finds a way to win. Luffy does have a plot armor like a Chosen One character, however, he is not really a Chosen One character. Wano arc was the arc which explored this the most. From the start we know that Luffy is not strong enough to face Kaido. We see him fail and fail again that it almost gets tired. However, the setbacks are important as it serves three purposes. 1. It shows how powerful Kaido is and the impossibility of defeating this final boss character. 2. Second purpose is to show that Luffy never give up no matter how impossible the task is. 3. To show that there are other people who might be able to defeat Kaido and become Joy Boy. Yeah, you heard me. Luffy is not the only Joy Boy. If for some reason Luffy gave up, someone will take his place because he is not the chosen one. Luffy just so happened to accidentally fulfill prophecies of Joy Boy, same way how Usopp lies comes true unintentionally. He was not even supposed to be the one to eat the Goma Goma devil fruit. He was quite literally the same character as Eren taking the powers of Founding Titan. He was not concerned of the world, but his will was too strong that he was able to shape the world. He was so set on saving his friends he coincidentally saved the world. This is the final blow that defeat Kaido. Kaido, the hero that was supposed to save the world. Thinking that he finally found the Joy Boy he so much wished to be, Kaido asked what world Luffy was trying to create. Luffy answered, "A world where my friends can eat as much food as they want." Kaido interpreted this, and to be honest, most of us interpreted this as, okay, Luffy want to create a world without hunger. A little anticlimactic. I thought he would say something a bit more grand like, a world where everyone is free. 'Cause you know, he wants to be the pirate king, the freest man in the sea. But this answer was more like Luffy, because he is not actually concerned about the state of the world. He was not fighting to save the world and eliminate hunger, it was just that Kaido was in the way of him and his friends eating to the fullest. This was actually a callback from the previous thing he said in Fishman Island. He does not want to be a hero, he just wants to eat. Being the chosen one was the complete opposite of what Luffy wants to be. Because if he really was destined to be the one to save the world, then he is not free to choose his own destiny. Luffy was supposed to die in Wano, that's the fate of all side character who challenged the Demon Lord. That is destiny. Then Luffy said fuck that. Fuck destiny, fuck this world, fuck logic. I'm gonna isekai myself. Luffy shattered his preordained fate and gained true freedom from the shackles of his destiny. Through sheer will, he isekai himself back to life. He resurrected. Revive. Reincarnated, isekai. Call it what you want. The awakened power of his devil fruit is now unlocked. It was a power so unstoppable it does not even obey the world's pre-established rules. He fought like he came from a Looney Tunes cartoon. I mean, One Piece world logic was pretty absurd enough, but Luffy's Gear 5 awakened powers exceeds the craziness to the next level. In a battle between someone who seek to die against someone who refused to die, it is clear who will win. Luffy defeated Kaido. Kaido's fate after the battle was not explained clear enough. But hopefully, he is somewhere he can finally become the protagonist of his own story. I hope you enjoyed my theory and my interpretation of Wano arc. I think Oda did a great job subverting tropes we typically see on isekai or chosen one characters. If you can get only one thing from this video, I hope that you get that we can write our own destiny. Thanks for watching, my friend. Bye.